What is up, everybody? I'm Nate Altendorf, and this is Lindy Live. Tonight we're talking about vertical jigging, jigs, and plastics. I'm at my shop in East Grand Forks right now, headed up to Kenora this weekend for Ontario Muskie Opener, just getting everything ready. Thought we'd talk about this. So basically, this day of walleye fishing started like the typical early summer walleye fishing. Live bait jig, shiner. We were catching them pretty good. Then I noticed something, and we made a transition. So here's a fish on the live bait jig, and then we'll talk about what happened from there. Here he comes. Got him. That's a good fish. Solid. Really good fish. That's a Lindy live bait jig with a frozen shiner on it right there. We got him on gold. Look at there. Look at that. Beauty fish. All right, let her go. Got him. Man, there's two down there just chasing it down. Super aggressive. Let's see what we got here. Oh boy, I'm gonna need the net for this one. Good fish. So these walleyes are ultra aggressive right now. So what I've done is switched over to a jig and a plastic. We're just vertical jigging is all I'm doing. Jig and a plastic. I'll show it to you here in a second. Let me get it out. All right, I'm gonna let that walleye go. So basically what I have on here, I have a gold Lindy jig and I have a Yum swimming dinger is what I have on here. This is a 4-inch, and what I've done is I just cut about 1.5 inches off it and I just threaded it right on that jig. And in situations like this, when these walleyes are post spawn, they're super aggressive, and this bait right here will allow you to get more walleye in the boat just due to the fact that I'm not rebaiting all the time. They're not plucking it off. They can hit it and hit it and hit it over and over again, and that bait will stay on that hook. Super effective way to do it. If you're going to Canada, with the new regulations, you can't go to Canada anymore and bring live bait across the border. So a lot of guys are using these plastics up in Canada, and they work phenomenal. Great baits up in Canada. So Yum swimming dinger, a Lindy jig. We're just vertical jigging with it. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about the location we're in here. So basically we're off the edge of the structure. This specific spot right here, what we have is a shoreline structure. It comes up to rock. There's a buoy right there. We're sitting on the transition between the rock and the mud is what we're doing. And this holds true to the rest of the lake. We're on Lake of the Woods right now. All the reefs, around the edges of the reefs, points off the rock, where the rock turns into mud. That's where these fish are sitting. Anywhere from 23 to 30 feet. They're kind of floating around in there. We're just bouncing around, finding these pods of fish. So like I said, the jigging technique on this is way different. Well, I've got it recording here, so I'll show you what I gotta do. You gotta get that tail of that swimming dinger moving is what you gotta do. So when I do that, oh, there he bolted. Didn't like that. A little bit too aggressive. See, I'm reading the fish right now on the sonar is what I'm doing. We're gonna do the same thing, but a little less aggressive. Still keeping it moving, got him. So what I did with her is I read the fish. I could tell he didn't like it super aggressive, so I tamed it down just a little bit. But the key to these plastics is you have to, almost too big to flip in, but we'll do it anyway, got him. The key to these plastics is you need to keep them moving. Like I said, that is the trick. You want to keep them moving, and this plastic is designed, that paddle tail on there, to flutter in that water, create a little vibration, and you want it to do that, and that's what's triggering these fish to bite. Nice walleye. We're gonna let him go today, but so that is the trick to fishing plastics, and these are super effective this time of year with these post spawners. All right, should be able to hear me now. I had a little audio problem there. Looks like we're good now. So what I was saying is, started out the day, Lindy live bait jig, shiners. Those fish were coming in, pounding that bait, taking hard swings at it. We went through probably 2 bags of shiners, and then I thought, you know what, we need to switch it up here, put something on like this. Yum swinging dinger is what it is. And basically what this does, like I said in the video, these fish can come and hit this over and over, and this plastic will stay on this 1/4 ounce Lindy jig. So you can get second, third, fourth try at them, and it was out fishing everything else 3 to 1 up on Lake of the Woods last week when we were there. Really, really, really good. But the trick to this jig is you got to keep it moving for one thing. It is a plastic. You want that tail to be doing something at all times. This isn't something you really want to dead stick. The walleyes don't seem to want to hit it when you're dead sticking it, so keep it moving. It's designed to simulate a wounded bait fish is what it's designed for. The great thing about this is you have action going up and you have action going down. You have that tail fluttering. What I'm going to do here is, if you guys want to comment on this, I see we already got some comments on there. Throw some more comments on there, and what I'll do is I will mail you 2-3 packs of Yum Swinging Dingers, and you can see what you think of them. You can use these all over Minnesota. It's not just specifically a Lake of the Woods thing. And there is also, I know the bass guys, just the Yum Dingers are huge in the bass world, and they're 25 new colors, custom colors we just came out with in just the traditional 5-inch Yum Dinger. I can show you those colors right here. So basically this is lurenet.com. You can scroll through there, you can see all 25 custom colors. Got some really cool ones for you bass guys, and it's not to say that these wouldn't work for walleye. They don't have the paddle tail like the swimming dinger does, but they are a phenomenal bass bait, huge in the bass world. Another thing is, for bass guys and walleyes guys, Devil's Lake guys, put this on a shaky head jig and toss this out there. It gives it twice the action on that shaky head, and you can really, really put some walleyes in the boat. So if you guys are going out, it's worth giving these plastics a try. And a variety of colors, a couple different sizes. The ones I'm using are the 4-inch swimming dingers. Absolutely phenomenal. And like I said in the video, I'm cutting these based on the fish's attitude. If these fish are lethargic and they're not really coming up and pounding it, what I'm doing is I'm cutting them real short. But if these fish are real active, I'm going to leave this thing full 4 inches or almost, so that when I'm jigging it, it just allows those fish to see that bigger presentation from further away and come in and smack it. So it's a great, great technique to try, like I said, especially this time of year. So if anybody has any questions, I could answer some of those for you. Let's see what we got here. Hi from Iowa, send me some dingers. Absolutely. Yep. They would work on a Ned rig. They're a little long for a Ned rig though. The Ned rigs, they're much shorter and stubbier than this. It might not stand up like it should when you're Ned rigging. You might have to cut it down a little, but you know what? You could Ned rig it, cut it down to maybe like 1 inch, and then you'd have a Ned rig with a little paddle on the top. That's a great idea. And I know a lot of guys, actually, one of the guys from our Cabela's in town, he Ned rigs in the river over here. And I'm actually going to text him that and have him give it a try, because he does well on the walleyes Ned rigging in the Red River here in Grand Forks. So that's an excellent question. Have you ever tried them, and would you try them on Lake Vermilion? Absolutely, I try them on Lake Vermilion. My favorite spot to use these is Canada. I've actually been using these for years and years in Canada, just because when I go to Canada, I'm generally musky fishing, and I don't want to mess with the whole live bait thing. So I've been just putting a couple packs of these in my boat and jigging for walleyes for shore lunch for years and years, and they've been working phenomenal in Canada. They catch, some days they catch better than live baits. So yeah, absolutely, I would try them on vermilion. Any specific Lindy jig to use? Yes, I am just using the standard Lindy jig. I'm not using the live bait jig because, so I'll show you. The standard Lindy jig has just a little longer shank than a live bait jig. I don't know if you can see this or not. And then the Lindy jig also has this little bump out here, and it's kind of like a little keeper to hold that plastic on there. What I'm using is a 1/4 ounce Lindy jig with this. So when I want to put plastics, I pretty much always use just the standard 1/4 ounce Lindy jig is what I'm using. What else we got? Westlake, Okeechobee, absolutely. I'm in Canada. Let me be the judge. Send them, Gordon. Get them. Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to try these plastics up in Canada. They're phenomenal. They are phenomenal. Keep throwing those comments up there, guys, and I will. I'll send a guy. I'll pick somebody. I might even pick 2 people out of these comments. I'll send you a few packs of these Yum plastics and see what you think of them. So if there's no more questions, that is all I have, guys. So thank you for tuning in. Like I said, I am heading up to Ontario for Muskie opener this weekend to see all my Canadian buddies. It's going to be hot. Should be a good time. Look forward to this every year. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good night.